fellow collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the DX Rider Gochizo set 06. This contains 3 new Gochizo. We have the Doronosuke, Mitaramochi, and Mogimaru. Hopefully I'm saying those correctly. 3 new Gochizo that have appeared in the most recent episodes of the show. Didn't give him any new forms or anything like that, but I think it was the Mitaramochi that he actually used with the Gavv Whippier, the cake sword, and he gave one of his minions the power, like on the end of the lance that he uses. It was kind of just a bare little appearance, but it did show up in one of the more recent episodes. And yeah, so that's kind of neat. You can see how this kind of based on snack foods here with the packaging. We got Gavv, we got Valen, and we got Vram here, all present. So I'm excited to check this one out. Don't have high hopes for the sounds. Probably most of them are going to say special. We'll see how it goes. But we'll get them out of the packaging here, and we'll take a closer look. Alright, so here are 3 new Gochizo out of the packaging here. First up, we have Doronosuke, which I believe is almost like a small kind of pancake-like confection with a, I'm assuming, bean filling. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. Nice dark blue here. Little bit of translucentness there to the plastic. And when we pop it open, boom, you can see that it is kind of based on the popping gummy design style of Gochizo. And yeah, I gotta be honest, slightly terrifying when it's open like that, but yeah, he's a cool little guy. Up next, we have the Mitaramochi. I think this one's really fun because the snack is like a couple things like lined up on a stick, so when you have the 2 there, and then you pop it open, and now there's 3 of them. Once again, the popping gummy style of Gochizo, but yeah, pretty fun. I like that one quite a bit. And then, last but not least, we have the Mogimaru, which is in the like Fuamalo style of Gochizo. Just has a little lid pop back there. He looks very worried or scared. I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but I think it's kind of funny. His cheeks are kind of the eyes when it's closed up, and then you open it up and he's like, ooh. So, very fun. I like all 3 of these. Let's go ahead and bring in the Henshin Belt Gavv. Alright, we'll start off with Doronosuke. Okay, so it says Oyasu. Eat a sweet. So unfortunately, nothing new, just kind of a generic sound that they've used before, nothing specific to this, but kind of to be expected at this point. Up next, the Mitaramochi. Special. So once again, it's just kind of coded as special, which is one we've heard several times before. As they're getting towards the end of the line and they're making Gochizo that they didn't program into the belt, we're just hearing special over and over and over again. And up last, we have the Mogimaru. So once again, it's just special. I'm not going to bother with the attack sound since we just heard it. So yeah, unfortunately, 2 of these are going to give you the exact same sound. At least with the Doranosuke, it's a little different, but not something new. So unfortunately, nothing new sound-wise with these 3. I'm not going to bother showing them off in the other, henshin devices just because it's all sounds we've heard a bunch of times before. Especially with these 2, we've heard special, I think, like the last 2 sets. Most of them have just said special over and over again, which is kind of a bummer, but I understand it. I guess they didn't plan on Gochizo being as popular as they are, and they just didn't code that many sounds into the belt. So this might be a perfect opportunity for them to do some kind of memorial edition that actually had unique sounds for every single Gochizo that they've made throughout the course of the show. That actually would be something. It's something I think they need to do with the Tegasword as well. I think they need to go back and make better sounds and unique sounds for all the Sentai teams. I think this is something that, I don't usually go for memorial editions because it seems like, they kind of skimp out on the DX and then just make it a little bigger and then put the sounds that they should have put in from to begin with. But with this, I can kind of understand it. They only planned for so many Gochizo, and then just because the show's so popular, they just decided to make more and more and more and more, because they're still really fun to collect. They're tiny little, goofy little figurines. The stickers and everything look great. Yes, it's the same kind of body types used over and over again, but the funnest part about Gochizo is having an army of them and having a huge display with all different unique ones, and I think that can be a lot of fun. So if they decided to do a memorial edition of the Henshin Belt Gavv that could actually read, but see, I guess the problem is that would be difficult because it has to do with how these are, coded, if that makes sense. And since they're all just kind of coded as special, I don't know that they could give individual sounds. I don't know. Maybe they could make it work. But in any case, I still think they're fun to collect. They're relatively inexpensive. I think the 3-pack is like $10, $7 or $10. They're really not that expensive. And like I said, the funnest part about them is having an army of them to display, all unique and different. And the colors and aesthetics on these are great. I like them a lot. So if you're just having fun collecting the Gochizo for the Gochizo themselves, I say definitely go ahead and pick this up. If your main focus is new and unique sounds, unfortunately, you're not going to find them here. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.